Hi, I'm Enchanting Nubianette. Welcome back. And to all of my new viewers, welcome. First off, news media verified that former President Trump wasn't hit with a bullet. It was glass which cut his right ear, and it was a minor injury. Now that key details have been released about the deceased roofer, early this morning I was surprised to learn that Donald J. Trump's assailant was a 20-year-old male. Thomas Matthew Crooks wasn't even of legal age. What was this young Caucasian man's gripe with former President Trump? It still baffles me to think this youth casually entered a building with his AR-15 rifle, not a small weapon, and he sauntered to the rooftop. Then Thomas Crooks had enough time there to spray off 2 rounds. By the way, the suspect received the weapon from his father, so he was given permission to have it in his possession. Reporters released that Thomas Matthew Crooks lived at home with his parents in Bethel Park, which appears to be a quiet, family-oriented suburban town. Typical. However, inside of his vehicle, there were tons of explosive-making items. Oftentimes, parents and passengers won't notice because items are placed in the trunk. How about Thomas Crooks' bedroom? I look forward to hear when it will be searched. Now, this is when I need to give pushback. It appears that most modern parents give their children privacy, which is appropriate and necessary. But when that child, even in their adult age, lives in your home, parents ought to go inside the room, even if to casually converse with them, bring their favorite snack or something, so you can see what's inside. I assume Thomas Matthew Crooks' parents were oblivious to the hazardous products right under their noses. If it were Thomas Crooks' intention, a substantial amount of damage could have occurred if he utilized his weapon and the explosives at the rally. Thank God it wasn't his plan. According to a few of Thomas Crooks' classmates at Bethel Park High School, the suspect was described as an excellent academic whose interests pertained to computers and playing video games. Sadly, Thomas Crooks was bullied every single day, and in the cafeteria, Crooks was seen eating lunch by himself on a daily basis. Oftentimes, he was severely bullied because of how he looked and even how he dressed. The specific issue was Thomas Crooks wore military and hunting apparel nearly every day. This is a clue, in my opinion, of a kid with an extremist viewpoint. I believe he was considered bizarre or eccentric.
There's a large media presence here. You've had members of the community come and approach us, including one person who said he actually went to high school with this suspected shooter. I want you to listen to a little bit of our conversation there.
He was bullied almost every day.
In what way? Can you explain?
He would sit alone at lunch. He was just an outcast, and you know how kids are nowadays, so they're gonna see someone like that and they're gonna target him because they think it's funny or whatever. So it's the best way I can describe it. And it's honestly kind of sad. I don't want to say this is what provoked it, but you never know.
Yeah. You said he was a loner?
Yeah. I want to say he was a loner more because he was quiet, but he was just bullied. He was bullied so much.
It was high school.
Yeah.
What did they, do you remember at all what they said to him or called him?
No. He was just made fun of, I guess, for the way he dressed or his appearance.
That's what he was saying. He said that he was actually in the class before or behind the suspected shooter here, and we have some movement here where you hear an ambulance or a car horn. Excuse that background noise. But one thing that we also heard from that conversation is that when we asked what he was bullied for, what this shooter was bullied for, he pointed to his clothing. Apparently, according to this person who says he was a classmate, the shooter would wear military style clothes or hunting clothes regularly as he was at school. So we're still learning a lot more. We can tell you investigators continue to go in and out of the scene here. We know multiple agencies are here, not just local police, but the county bomb squad. As I mentioned last night, I saw the ATF here. It's a calm scene. It's not completely evacuated. Many residents are still in their homes behind here, but you can tell this is definitely a focal point of this investigation as we learn more about this suspected shooter who, again, from what we know and from public records, does not have a criminal history, not a large social media presence. So there's a lot more information that folks are looking to learn, Tom.
Of course, this means he harbored a great amount of anger and resentment. All of those negative incidences affected his self-esteem and outlook on life. So even if he graduated 2 years ago, naturally, his interests changed and or developed. Former classmates don't recall his curiosity or frustrations with politics at all. Thomas Matthew Crooks was considered a loner who kept to himself the majority of the time. And this is a common trait with numerous people who become criminals, sadly. And I'm certain that selected psychologists and psychiatrists will discern the reason why he would have targeted Donald Trump. He graduated in 2022 and his former classmates never crossed paths with him again. He had the choice to develop himself into a positive community member instead of an assassin. During his enrollment, Thomas Crooks earned $500, a STAR award from the National Math and Science Initiative. A few of his neighbors shared that police weren't called to the home due to any problems, so it seems this is Thomas Crooks' first elaborate crime. In my opinion, it seems too good to be true. Why would Crooks' first crime be of this kind of magnitude, committing the worst crime on a presidential candidate? It seems there were signs that people either missed or purposely ignored. And I wonder, when was the last time his parents had interest to interact with him? Did they have any clues about their diabolical child? Who are Thomas Matthew Crooks' parents anyway? That's all I have to say for now. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks a million and stay safe wherever you are.